Right, hopefully we're back and ready to carry on doing our cutting out. I'll just give you all a couple of seconds to re-find us again. And what did I say? I told you my stream would go wrong. Said this morning, didn't I?
You did, you jinxed yourself.
I said this morning it would all go wrong because it's me doing the stream and not Natalie. And lo and behold, technology failed me once again. How are we doing? We got some people back, or?
Yeah.
Yep, wonderful. Right. Once again, apologies for that, people. So I'm going to do artboard 2 next. And so this is our side panel. So obviously I've got 2 of these, but I shall cut them to my 2 pieces. On this one I am going to draw the score lines on this one as well. Just because it's got that little triangle on and it makes it a bit easier for scoring. Just so we know where we're aiming for with the score lines. So I'm going to send that to my machine. Our file and transfer. Yes, I know. Right, and I shall head round. So I'll swap the cameras over again. And hopefully you should see me there. So we have our printout. I'm going to try and line it up again the best I can actually on the mat. So I'm going to take my blade out because I'm going to do my drawing first. So let's get rid of that one. And go home. Okay, I'm going to go pattern and retrieve. And there we go again. Our background scan. So again, I'm just going to zoom in to check my registration marks and see how I've done my lining up. Doesn't look fantastic by the looks of it. So I'll take that into, I can see that it's moved off that one. I can actually see that one a bit clearer on this one. So that looks good on there. I'll just check at the bottom. That looks good. Top one's off slightly.
If it is off a lot, you could always rotate it slightly.
No, that's much better.
It's okay, don't be behind where you are.
Yeah, I know. So that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to draw first. So to do my drawing, I have just loaded a black friction pen into my universal pen holder, and the reason I'm using a friction one is so it can be rubbed out afterwards so it doesn't show. So we're going to do our drawing first. take the pen out. I'll leave it in the holder for a second because I want to use it again. Do the other one, 'cause there's 2 of these. So it'll pop our blade in. Press OK, and then we're going to go to cut and blade. And that one is done. I can take that one off. And again, there you can see the top one's almost perfect. The bottom one's off just a little bit, but it's not bad. And that top one again is perfect on the cut. Just need to find my spatula. What's we done with it?
Don't know, I haven't seen it for a couple of days.
On my desk. So we'll take that one off. That's that ready for cutting or scoring. Any questions?
Not yet.
Not yet. Fantastic. So,
That isn't what you're supposed to say.
no, well it is because that means I'm doing it right. If there's lots of questions, it means I'm doing it wrong. I have to keep asking myself. So again, normally you'd probably unload your mat each time and do it properly, and then
Yeah, don't try and cheat like Ian.
I'm only doing it on here for speed because I'm cheating. So again, now that that's done and on my mat ready for the next one, we'll go into OK and we'll go back. And I'm going to do another background scan because obviously that's going to be a different place to where it was originally. Okay, and again we're going to zoom right in to that 400%. That gives me some idea where I'm heading with my arc. So we'll just nip across. That's not bad. Oh, it is out just a little bit, but they're all out just a little bit at the bottom where they seem to be. See if that's any better. I think it's better to that top one. I'm happier with that one. Okay and okay, so we're going to go draw again. So swap it back to my pen. Yep, try and put it in the wrong way around. Won't work that way. And we're going to go draw and okay. And we'll put our cut blade in. And then we'll go. So I'll unload that from the mat. Not bad. And last but not least, we're going to do number 3. I'll load the piece of paper first. I won't scan it just yet, I'll just load the paper ready. Get ahead of myself a little bit. So for this bit we're just going to swap the artboard over again, so this time we're doing artboard 3. So turn that one off, turn that one on, and we'll send that to the machine. Yeah. Okay, so that's sent to the machine. And I'll swap back and just show the alignment once more. So we go OK, home, OK, pattern, front internet, background scan. Any questions?
Not yet.
Okay. Again, I'm going to zoom in, and again, just get this. Can't see on this one on this side. So, okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to align this to registration marks that we've made. I might have to go over them with a black pen just to make them stand out a little bit, because I can't see any of the registration marks on that page.
Yeah, it's exactly the same one that you've already done.
Yeah, I know that, but I can't see the registration marks at all.
You can always rescan it.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over the lines a bit so they're a bit darker. I'm just going to get a thicker pen. Go over these lines. So hopefully the scanner picks them up a little bit better. We're going to do another background scan. see my lines this time. And then into my artboard. And then we can see we're lining those up. And that. Okay, I'll cut. Yeah. That's my last one cut, and Natalie's hopefully going to come and help me do some of the scoring, because it's one job I'm no good at. So when you're ready, Nat, if you wanna...
Yeah, I just asked if there's any questions, but no, at the moment.
That's okay. When I've come off this screen, I can see it on this one.
Okay.
So let me just peel that off.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me just
So you want to
do
swap it to
my overhead.
Top. Over top. Top. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi guys, I'm back.
Sensible
hopefully
one.
I've done well with filling in the bits that Ian might not have necessarily said. So what I'm going to do is I have a scoreboard. So in this case I'm using the scoreboard. I'm not sure if you can still get these or not, but they are my favourite. But mine's got slightly damaged, so it's not always perfect, but we'll try. So what we're going to do is very lightly on this top bit, we're just going to crease it slightly. Okay, and you're just going to do these 2 points here and here. So hopefully you can see that okay. Okay, and we're going to turn round.
Just on the table a little bit.
On the table, or
On.
okay.
Tiny bit.
Let me just move the guide out of the way. There we go. Is that okay? And so what I've done next is I've put my piece, so it's buttoned up against this top line, and you want to move it so that your edge of your tab just sits on your 0 line. Okay, so again we'll line up and we'll go to our square line at the bottom, and down this side. Now those of you who were watching the stream earlier saw that I put a little fold line across here. Because I don't want it to be a crisp fold, I'm not going to score it at this point. Okay? If you want it to be an absolute crisp fold, by all means you're welcome to score yours and fold it. I'm going to do the same to this one, because I forgot to do this tab here. And again, just lightly on these ones, just because we don't want to tear it at the weak point. Okay, and
Just check on the other end as well.
yeah, there wasn't a lot of chatter going on, to be honest. It was more.
No, that's okay. Just make sure.
So anything where you've got cut lines like this, you just want to be a bit more careful with your score line and the amount of pressure that you're putting on it. Okay, so here you can see the difference between where our print line is and our score line. So we don't want to be printing too much on our tablet. The 3mm you've seen does save a lot of hassle. I'm just going to score, so I'm measuring it point to point on my metal bar. And that will score along those and don't necessarily need to. And again on this one. So point to point. Point to point. I'm sorry if my hand is getting a bit in the shadow. Just find out where the window is. And finally, this one. Okay, so you now have all your pieces scored. Now for the fun bit. So I'm going to move our scoreboard out of the way. And we want to crease it. So like I said, whenever you've got a cut line, you're going to have to go careful how you fold it. So I'm just literally going to just use my table to work with me. And if I can see it. No, it's here somewhere. I'll put it in. If I can see it. Oh, all the way over there. So crisp folds are the name of the game now. There's our cupcake insert. So with this one, our handle is going to fold back on itself. So again, just fold it just where that actual join is. So don't try and catch in there. Okay. Then all these other tabs are going to fold inwards.
Keep it on not a bit more so.
Okay. Could you just flick the light on for me?
I can. There you go.
May make it a little bit easier. Just negate that shadow a little bit. Okay. Just gonna fold that in that way, and there we go. Are there any questions so far?
No, so far so good. Anyone who doesn't have any questions, please pop them in the comments. Jacob's been the review. Carl just popped in. Hi Carl.
Carl Woods.
Carl Woods. 3D Fun Prints.
I did share the last stream out on my personal wall as well, so when you said Carl, I thought, oh!
Nice. Carl Woods. Whether or not he's still there, but he was here.
Hi Carl, if you are still watching.
snuck in. It didn't notify me on this one.
So, now this one, it's going to fold in, so we'll crease it that way. But because it's a working fold, you want to fold it back on itself first, and so you've got a nice waggly fold. Okay? So, waggly, technical term, that waggly. The idea being that we work our fold, you will still get some cracking, but we want to try and limit it as much as possible. Okay, and then just check that it works the way you want it to. And we can do the same on this one. So do our glue tab first. Then we'll do this tab. As I said in the chat, with score lines you can use your embossing tool rather than using the friction pen, and use a solid line rather than a dashed line. We only really do it with a friction pen so that you can see it on screen, because otherwise you just won't see it. Okay, we'll waggle our fold a bit. There we go. So far so good. Now I'm going to start off by applying tape. Let's go for...
Good old fashioned double sided.
Yeah, I don't really want to go to red tape for it. So. Gonna have to get some additional glue supplies at this rate.
We're running out of sticky stuff, aren't we?
Yeah. We'll run out of glue before we run out of carding. Right. So, I'm just going to stick this. And you want it as close to your fold but without crossing over it. Okay. Finish that down. Slowly getting better and remembering to do it on the desk.
So adjust it a little bit, could you? I think it's...
Is it struggling a bit?
There you go. Put more at the desk on the screen.
So just because that was the perfect one for that one, rather than trim it, I'll do it same one here. So again, I'm just going to do it up against the fold.
There you've got more of the mat on screen there, sweetie.
Okay. So again, I end up decorating my desk with triangles of tape, but that's normal.
Sticky supplies we're running low on.
Double-sided mainly.
Okay.
Work round each one. The other thing that I recommend doing is dotting your tape with wet glue when it actually comes to putting this together. And it just makes it that little bit easier.
Is it wiggle room?
Yeah, wiggle room. Important thing is wiggle room.
I know that one.
Okay. That's that one. Get rid of the triangles. So one of the more frequent questions we get is, do I think that the scan and cut is better at print and cut? The answer is, I think the best one for print and cut remains the Silhouette, just because it does your registration for you automatically. So it puts it on your file for you, it reads it for you, you haven't got to worry about doing it.
Do you get the software with the Silhouette these days, or you just have to pay for the software?
You get like the basic, I believe is still free, but you have to pay extra to either have the business edition or to have the Illustrator connection. Now out of the two options, I prefer the Illustrator option.
And you do a lot of designing, don't you, in Illustrator?
Yeah, yeah. And the benefit of the Silhouette over the scan and cut is that you can set different lines up to different colours to do different things. So I do miss that. Okay. Now on one tab, I'm going to apply my adhesive that will eventually seal my box. You'll see I'm not being overly fussy about cutting this in any kind of a straight line. It's not important. Okay. So that's those two done.
Well, we need some cupcakes to put in it.
Well, when I decided I was going to do a cupcake box, or whatever, when we had the cupcake box requested, I did wonder, you know, Mum, get me some cupcakes. But nah. In the current state of things, no. So this one I'm not being quite so fussy about tape placement, just because it's going to be well hidden. And I realise this is white tape on a white background, so you're probably struggling to see a bit, but hopefully it will become clear. Nearly there, just these last two
No
little
pun
tabs.
intended there, but yeah.
What?
Now that you're using white tape, and hopefully it'll become clear, because when you take the backing off, it's clear underneath.
Bye-bye. Didn't get that quite on top, but hey, it's close enough. Okay, now for the fun bit. Okay, so I'm going to peel off the bottom bit of my box. and get my glue. As usual, I'm going back to me trusty old 3D PVA by Sticks 2. Doesn't take very much at all. Okay, and we're going to line up our piece so that it lines up in the middle, which is why we need the wriggle room, and underneath that score line. Okay, I'm just going to take it in and give it a little fold. So far so good. Going to do the same on the other side. More awkward, but I'm trying to do it so that you can see it as well. So you want it to line up underneath that fold. There we go. Okay. So we then have our base.
What point do you put in your blue bit in the middle?
Before you stick the sides.
Okay.
If you wanted to leave it just floating inside, you could do, but because I've glued it, I want to use it as a bit of reinforcement.
Yeah.
Just because the lighting back.
So there you go.
Okay, there we go. So we now have the side and the side. Any questions so far?
No. Nothing else either. It's not our usual quality.
What, the stream?
It's like these.
What we'll do before 6 o'clock is we'll do a broadband check and everything.
Yeah, full system check, make sure everything's
Working as it should do. If you can let us know whether you can see the stream okay and how it is at your end, whether it's good picture quality, bad picture quality, sounds okay or dodgy. Okay. So far so good. Now for the fun bit. Oh well.
But go through it as if you have, because you've still got people who watch it back, won't they? So.
Yeah. So really struggling to see, that's really bad. Let's go down that way. Just so I can see the score line easier. So you're going to line it up above the score line this time, because you want to keep that fold nice and free, and you want to line it up with your tabs so that your tabs still fold nicely. Just give it a quick check. Okay. And I'm going to do the same over on this side. There's always one bit that isn't quite how you want it. one's likely to go with. Okay. So then we can do a tab. And you want to tuck that in now. Then you want to peel the sticky on your side tabs. So I'll just try and bring that a bit more on camera so you can see. And do your lower tabs first. Okay. And we're going to use a little bit of glue to give ourselves some little bit of wiggle room while it's all setting.
Dale Stewart just says hi.
Hello. Okay. So because we haven't released the sticky that end, we can tuck it up on that side. And now for the fun bit. So now we want to just pull that bit in. Okay, and we're going to do the same on this side. There we go. Getting sticky fingers, but that's part of the course. Okay. And we can do the same on this side. So I'm just going to peel my sticky tape off my bottom tab first. So we have a little tab that's just in here. And another one just there. And just there.
This is Jones.
We're going to pop in
Wiggle room.
a bit of wiggle room. Otherwise known as our 3D PVA. Okay. And this should be.
If you have any questions, Dale, please don't hesitate to ask.
There we go. So far, just going to take my bone folder and just carefully make sure that all this is pushed out where it should be. And same down here. Okay, so hopefully you can see inside our little box.
Is she making a cupcake box? Yes.
Yep. And on the front of our cupcake box it says Daisy's Cakery. So the logo was actually supplied to us by somebody who wanted to know how to do this. Very kindly they've let us use their logo for the stream.
Can you show the front of the box in a minute once you've got...
Yep, will do. There we go. Okay, so there's our front of our box. And we could have put a window panel in here, but just for the ease of the stream today, as we have a lot of beginners, we thought it was better to do it with just a solid box to get started with.
We got that on both sides, haven't we? So it doesn't have a specific front, does it? Because it has the same design on both sides.
Yeah. Get that lined up. can go put your box cover. And once we can see that everything is working okay, and
you're going to seal it up.
I'm going to seal it up. So at this point, you put your cupcake in before you seal it, obviously. But as we're somewhat cupcake less, I'm just going to seal it up. So you just want to carefully go at this point. Actually, I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. Give myself a bit of room to play. So I'm going to start this end, join a bit, and we know that both of them are identical, so just going to have to work across slowly. And there we go. Finished. Ta-da! And of course you could alter the dimensions to put into coffee cups if you wanted to. Or coffee cup and a cake, better still. Because if you can have coffee you need cake.
Yeah. So you just make the one bigger.
Yeah. Make your box taller, obviously.
Yeah, to support your cup.
Yeah. So this is only 160 GSM card, so even better if you went up to like a 300.
Construction card sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well done.
Okay. So any questions before we end this stream? I actually quite like that. I think that's sweet.
We'll put a photo up on the group, won't we? As
Yes.
usual. Our
Yeah.
box is our finished project. And thank everybody for watching. We got Pete at 4 o'clock doing his maker card, and he's back at 8 o'clock again tonight with his mixed media. And Natalie's back at 6 tonight.
Yep.
Doing
Foiling.
foiling, so making a single line font through Affinity ready to foil on your scan and cut.
So if you want to know how to convert a font to being a single line font, you definitely want to see that stream. So join us at 6. Don't be late. No, it's going to be maximum of 2-hour stream, so
Yeah, because we don't want to be
crossing with
Pete.
So.
So everybody have a safe afternoon. Enjoy the sunshine the best you can from indoors.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you all later.
Bye.
Back at 6.
Couldn't see it.